Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Apex Racing TV. Welcome to the BSR MX5 Cup from the Virginia International Raceway in the United States. Andrew Woodhouse alongside iRacing Pro Series champion Alex Simpson and Chaz Draycott. And, well, Chaz, here at Virginia, you mentioned that you actually started quite like this track, but this one is somewhat different to what we're used to.
Oh yeah, definitely. It takes away quite a lot of the technical sections of this track, but it still adds in quite a nasty little uphill hairpin. So it's going to be interesting to see how the MX-5 deals with it. We've seen all season it's a car that's upset by oscillations because of how softly set up it is. So it'll be good fun to watch, I imagine.
Alex, Virginia North then. Somewhere you've driven before?
No, I can't say I've done this layout before. I think I've done like the full version and the one that sort of doubles back on itself after the, you come up the back straight and it's got the hair. Yeah, just a huge one. I've done that one as well, but that's it. Just those two. Never this one.
Well, it should be an interesting challenge for the drivers. I don't actually know the circuit, so it's my first experience of it as well. Adam McNally's put the practice in. It looks like put the times in qualifying. He's going to be starting on pole with Jamie Ayres in second, Steve Hefford in third, Alex Cherney fourth, Stellan Chepelewski in fifth, Anwar Smith in sixth. And Jack Regan in seventh, Jack McIntyre in eighth, Adam Delmont ninth, 10th for Adam Broughton Grant, Kip Stevens in 11th, Cedric Nabelsi at 12th, 13th for William Daniels with Lon Murray in 14th, 15th for Adam Hedgecock, Dan Blake in 16th, 17th Rafe Cullinan, Ben Mason 18th, Max Wright 19th, 20th is Carl Hardy, Taylor Lane 21st, and then John McDonald 22nd, John Roberts in 23rd. Scott Malcolm, 24th, 25th for Rob Graham, Richard Warmingham, 26th, Rob Lundgren, 27th, Gareth Icklin in 28th, Michael Barry, 29th, David Ayres, 30th, Craig Jones, 31st, Peter Knowles, 32nd, Sean Gardner, 33rd, then at the back with no time, Peter Van Gool, Roy Viverke, Luke Clark, and Mike Kiki. This one should be quite interesting, and Alex, a 15-minute race to come. I expect it to be pretty fast and furious in these cars.
Yeah, it will be. It's kind of a short circuit, so it's what we've been asking from them of late. Get that kind of trickiness in there with the track so that it's not just a straight-on draft fest, but still feel there'll be lots of moves going down into turn one. That's quite a long straight, Virginia.
I'm sure there will be.
It's that hairpin.
It's funny, we say short circuit, still over 3.5 kilometres. Let's see who makes the most of it. Green light is on. Decent getaway by McNally. Ayres away well, but then he's gone missing. Internet doesn't seem to like it. But here comes Hefford on the inside as well. Car 10. Momo Racing having a look on the inside then. Into turn one. Around the outside is Ayres. Hefford goes up in second place, and Ayres might lose out again to Alex Cherney here. And possibly...
Oh, the car ran in the background. Someone's flying down the timing screen.
One of the boosted, I think it was John Roberts. Looked like the green boosted car.
Scott Malcolm's going down as well.
Also dropping down as well. Yeah, his Automech car.
Not a good start then for him. John Roberts has got through the S's section then onto what would normally be a long straight here, but the straight gets cut off about halfway down. Turn right, up the hill, onto the infield then. This is the part of the track that I'm not sure about.
Hefford was a little bit deep into that right-hander there as well. He's given the position back to Ayres, but they're both really piling on the pressure with McNally around here, but it seems like a very thin circuit. There's the car around at the top there. That looked like it was like going down the order. That's Kip Stevens going down the order.
This track, that infield section, it really is just one line through there, isn't it? Kip Stevens biting the dust, Chaz, already.
Yeah, it's a shame really. Kip's always out there on track with his elbows out, getting stuck in, but seems to have bitten him in the backside at this point here. But as you're saying, it is one line around most of here. I mean, in a car that can wash out quite wide like this, with how much body roll you get on the MX-5, it's difficult to do. As they're nearly going 3 wide down the straight there for, I think that's 5th, 6th and 7th.
Great opening lap by McNally though. Good start and setting himself on the race. McNally, Ayres, Hefford, Regan, Cherney, Smith, McIntyre, Chepelewski. Then it's Adam Delmont, it looks like, for the Youth Energy car. And then Cedric Nabelsiek. And there's a bit of a gap to William Daniels. And then the rest, Murray, Hedgecock and Cullinan, they're quite close together with a few others tagging along as well. Dan Blake, Max Wright, and Ben Mears. It's down to about 17th place, Alex. Can you see anything interesting going on further down the order?
No, not really. I mean, there's way down in like 32nd, 33rd. There's a good little battle there. But
Hefford's going through for second place. Alex, sorry, up the inside. He's going to make it, is it? Hefford. Yes, he does round the outside. Nice move there. That gives McNally a little... Sorry, Jess.
That's all right. I was just going to say he's brought Regan into the fight there, but he seems to have dropped off a bit. But Hefford's really going after McNally now. He's showing some really good pace around there already, Steve, as McNally goes wide.
It's quite close. Oh, see Delmont in the background using some of the grass. Different camera angles around here than what we normally get as well. But here's McNally having to defend then from Hefford. Hefford's got a great slipstream. It's the finish lap 2. Over the line he goes, to the outside he goes. We'll see if he can get this one done into the first corner.
Got Joe McDonald flying down the...
he's been hit by his own teammate, and he goes into McNally. There goes Regan.
Got to be really careful there.
It's like the NASCAR driver, Regan Smith. On the outside goes Anwar Smith then. He takes the place off of McNally.
Hefford just makes contact with him there. They're really all being careful not to wash out. Is that Belsiak? Just got in contact with Delmont.
Alex, it started off with Ayres just getting slightly into his teammate who pushes McNally wide, and then McNally goes off, and it seemed a bit clumsy.
Yeah, it wasn't a hard hit, was it? But it was enough just to upset the car and let Jack through and into the lead.
Oh, he's hit him. Hefford's hit McNally again, and off goes Hefford. McNally saves it. Well, justice potentially, I don't know. McNally survives that. McIntyre in a bit of bother, it looks like.
Oh, just saw Hefford go off there. It seems that it's one of them where once you're on the grass here, it's just like being on ice. There's just no stopping it going. Good save from McNally, though, to keep it going.
You just get lost, don't you? Stelian Chepolewski getting into the back of Adam Delmont. And behind them is Cedric Nebelsiek, who we saw getting in all sorts of bother at the beginning of this lap. The end of lap 3 then. It's a 15-minute race here, sorry, not 15 laps. Race 1 of 4 tonight.
What that has done is quite massively release the leaders, hasn't it? So, huge gap now. Now he's like nearly 4 seconds back.
One thing that the drivers are going to have to contend with, aren't going to have to contend with too much, Alex, is the rising track temperatures, because it's only 19 degrees out there, so good conditions.
Yeah, perfect, really. Tyres should last pretty much forever. They're not too bad in these MX5s anyway, but that'll just make them hold on even longer.
Yeah, they're all right in this car. It's going to be fairly durable. And this section, really, Chaz, going from turns sort of 4 or 5 where we are now, all the way through to the final corner, it's just like one big long snake, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's like you said before, it's all one line. I mean, you've got to be really careful. I mean, like these guys now, Stelian and Delmont side by side, they've just got to be really careful not to wash out or just bounce off the curbs into each other. It's just really good racing though for Stelian to, it's just safe practice, I imagine, to just keep out of the side by side racing through there.
He braked a bit early there, Alex, and almost got the Belsiak right into the back of his car, but you know Cheppy will get stuck in out there.
Oh yeah, he won't think twice about it. Can I just comment as well? Just when you thought your voice was back, apparently it's not.
It's not back, but whatever. I have to deal with it. But
we soldier on.
as Jeremy Clarkson would dub Stelian Chepolewski, because he's a rallyist. He is quite. You can imagine Chaz would be quite good at a circuit like this. It's a bit unconventional. It's a bit bumpy. It's twisty.
Yeah, and he's used to a car bouncing around a lot, which is what the MX5 likes to do. It can soak up curbs quite well, but it's just how you deal with it when it comes back down to earth, as Nebelsiak takes the scenic route there. Oh,
and just in front of his teammate Alex Cherney is a battle between Jack McIntyre and Jamie Ayres. That's car 15 versus car 4. And then Oh, it's a poor run by McIntyre that time, and Alex Cherney almost going through. I seem to have turned into Sean Dyche overnight. Apologies for that, ladies and gentlemen. But on the brakes then, hard on the brakes is McNally with the helpful English flag on the back of the car. Chaz as Jimmy goes round the outside.
Well, I think in aviation terms we'd call that move a cobra. That was an absolutely fantastic save by Ayres. He's still wiggling the car around through the S's up there, and now McNally's fallen back into the clutches of, is that McIntyre and Cherney? It's McIntyre and Cherney, isn't
McIntyre.
It? So many red cars on this track. I don't know who's doing that these days. It's mental. But yeah, McNally, as you say, with the very handy St George's Cross on there, making sure that I definitely don't call him Scottish again. It seems to have gone down in BSR folklore, that joke.
Oh, it'll never end.
Just as a quick shout out to Adam as well, actually, I was speaking to him earlier tonight. There's smoke in the background there, not sure what's happened, but he said they've got some metallic paint layers tonight for the MX5, so he was hoping that they look pretty, and they certainly do. As there's cars on the grass everywhere, that's Luke Clark taking the green lane en route, and that's Lorne Murray just getting back up to pace. I think Lorne was the one to spin around. We'll just have a look now, and oh, he just clips the grass coming out the last corner. He's lucky not to get collected there, actually. Someone did a really good job of avoiding that. And he just spins it back round and he's on his way.
The battle for the lead looks like it's getting quite good. Anwar Smith, we know how fast he is. Jack Regan, first race in the series. And Smith is trying to go around the outside here of the boosted car. Oh, and he does go. Oh, he was quite late on the brakes there, but there's no way he could have gone around the outside. I like how there's just a token Armco barrier on the outside, like there's a little tiny pit lane on the exit.
Yeah, it's as if you can really try and get anything down there at the sort of pace these guys are going. You don't know how they'd do it.
By the way, I think that bit of dark tarmac's a bit of a cop-out, isn't it? You should make that into another corner.
Yeah, it'd be an interesting little flick left and right. I think it'd unsettle these MX-5s too much, probably.
Yeah, that's one thing with the MX-5 is sometimes, Alex, it can get a little bit dodgy on the change of direction.
Yeah, just get a little bit out of shape when doing that. Can bite you really quickly, snap back as well. So that's the thing.
I mean, that's the enemy on iRacing sometimes, isn't it? It's the change of direction. It's that sudden movement. And here comes Smith again, trying to go all the way around the outside. Regan holding on the inside, holding on for dear life. And here comes Smith again. It's good driving by Anwar Smith. Former champion of the series, of course.
Yeah, it was quite funny then when he was going down the straight. It's almost as if he forgot that there was grass on the right hand side. He went to make a move and then sort of ducked back left. Who's that? That's Delmont going slow, just coming back on.
Adam Delmont then, 7th place. And he started in 9th, but he's relinquished several places there. Look at this gaggle, Alex, just up ahead. Blake, Wright, Daniels, Hefford, Hardy, Mears, Cullinan, and Adam Hedgecock.
Yeah, some pretty tasty names in that group as well, all battling hard for it.
And can I just give a shout out to Carl Hardy as well? I'm sure he won't take this the wrong way. He's not often up in this position in a race one, Chaz, and he's actually gained 8 spots in this race.
Yeah, he's done a smashing job so far. He's really showing the boys that he's not going to mess about. I mean, he's on the back of Daniels here.
He almost got hit by the automatic knock hill there of was it Murray?
Mears, Ben Mears,
sorry.
And it's Cullinan as well. We just saw as well a minute ago that it was Cullinan who actually made contact with Delmont, unfortunately, but he didn't make it as rough and tumble as he could have. He backed out of it as we cut to the lead battle. Anwar on the outside of Regan here. Again, Regan defends really well. That boosted car looking not just good paint scheme wise, but just good in terms of holding track position. He's doing a great job of making it about 4 feet wider than it is.
A new driver in the boosted team, Jack Regan, doing a good job out there. And Smith, well, what can he do to try and get a move done? He looks like he's been able to hold these tighter lines, Alex, but he just can't make it count.
He keeps getting runs, but actually the track's quite short, isn't it? So in these, It's well, like you say, it's not short, but it
It's
is
not the typical
short.
long straights though of Virginia, is it?
Exactly, and that's just where he's struggling to do it. He's getting around the outside,
He's not going to get through
but
there.
he's not getting clear, is he? That's the thing.
And the problem is, mate, as well, he's getting alongside into these corners where either the radius of the corner or the camber just simply does not allow him to try and go round the outside.
Constantly
Try and force an inside move, but we know how difficult that is when the driver in front wants to defend.
Yeah, that's
on
it.
a mistake.
And Jack's just placing his car nicely as well, forcing him to that outside in all of the corners where he knows that he's going to get a much better run off. So sensible driving out there.
Yeah, good stuff there by both. And we've only got about 2 minutes to go here. So there'll be 2 more laps here at Virginia.
They've got a hell of a lead as well, these pair. I mean, they're 8.5 seconds ahead of Jack McIntyre. It's, even in a short race like this, hell of distances. Oh, who's that? That's Hedgecock, isn't it, going wide, as Cullinan also does the same. Hedgecock's has gone on a bit more of a Land Rover-based route, but he's back on, he's all right.
By the way, it's not as if McIntyre, Cherney and Nebelsiak have been really hanging around, is it?
I mean, Cherney's just done his personal best lap of the race, 1:35.1, and that's not far off the fastest lap of the race, actually.
Tremendous stuff there by Cherney. Very quick driver. Pretty much all conditions.
Got Dan Blake here on the inside of Daniels, makes the move. Bit of a slide on the exit though, might compromise him here. He seems to have it all under control.
I misread the team name for a second. I was about ready to call them Furry Sim Sports, which would have been much better name. But,
it's so fluffy.
It's Furry Dan now. That's it. It's Furry Dan Blake. I'll have to get him changed delivery for the last round.
Nick Fury in the Avengers. There he comes. Here comes McIntyre then in 3rd place. He's trying to hold off these 2 RSO boys.
It's great watching these cars go around this really oscillating circuit though. There's so many little left and rights, and like we were saying before, the weight transfer of this car isn't always the best, but certainly looks good in doing what it's doing, doesn't it?
Oh, it does indeed. Should be the final lap then for Jack Regan, ahead of Anwar Smith. Tell you what, Alex, it looked like Smith was going to have this one because he closed in at quite a big rate and then just can't seem to find a way through.
Draft doing its bit to really pull him up to the behind of Jack there, and yeah, he gets the runs, like you say. We've seen them side by side a few laps now in a row, but just can't seem to get the kind of overlap that he needs to keep his nose ahead. And actually looks further back now than he has done for quite some time, so Jack not really under pressure.
Turned it on really, hasn't he? That's a good turn of pace then.
Just going to say, I mean,
race really by someone on the first race of the season.
I was going to say the lap times last time round were very similar. There's only 600ths of a second between them, so I'm not sure what's happened to him, whether it was on the lap before, but he's definitely lost out on the pace there. Great battle in the background there.
Going into the final sector of the race. Smith's getting closer and closer to Regan, but I don't think he's going to find a way through. Here we go then, just last couple of corners. And onto the main straight then for the final time. And here in race 1 of the BSR MX5 Cup, he goes to Jack Regan.
Fantastic result that for his first race in the series, gets a win. The 2 RSO boys haven't done too bad either there, finishing 4th and 5th behind Jack McIntyre, who rounds out the podium. Good results for them.
2 Jacks on the podium there.
Well, it's going to be close when it comes to the line between Blake and Daniels. Blake pulls out, but just too far back. Anything closer?
I was Blake and it was...
it was Jay Wright, wasn't it?
Blake and Max Wright.
That was it, sorry.
Yeah, it wasn't Jay Wright, although...
Oh, sorry, Jay.
Could have Jay back at some point, why not?
He's an ex-teammate of mine as well, Jay.
Max,
won't be happy to have said that.
Go and pester Jay Wright and get him back in the series.
Oh, who's this? This is McDonald, and I'm scrolling down the things trying to see who it is.
That is well and truly at the arse end of the field, isn't it? And oh no, it's not. David Ayres, it is. Sorry, yeah. And off goes McDonald.
Oh,
A little trek into the field. There. Right then. I wonder if somebody can do me a favour and read the results out.
I'll power down it. Just noticed as well, Jamie Ayres seems to have lost quite a lot of places in that one. Not sure what happened to him there.
It lost 4 laps actually, mate.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. I didn't know whether my memory was just bad or what, but there we go.
Alex, have we got the results there?
Just getting them up on screen now.
All right then, Chaz, take it away, my friend.
So Jack Regan takes the win then, his first race in the BSR MX5 Cup. Fantastic effort by him there. He gained 6 places in that one. And while Smith finishes in second after really putting the fight to him all the way through that, with Jack McIntyre always up there in 3rd place. Alex Cherney started 4th, finished 4th. He'll be happy with that. His teammate Cedric Nabelsiak finishes in 5th. Adam McNally started on pole, dropped down to 6th. He's still going to be happy with a result like that. And Steve Hefford finishing in 7th. Max Wright, not Jay Wright, finishes in 8th with Dan Blake in 9th place. William Daniels finishing in 10th with Adam Delmont 11th. Ralph Cullen in 12th and Benjamin Mears in 13th. Adam Hedgecock, who we saw off track near the end there, finishes in 14th with Carl Hardy in 15th. Strong result from Carl, gaining 5 places. Kip Stevens, who went off quite near the beginning, actually recovered to 16th, with Taylor Lane in 17th and Lorne Murray 18th. Roy Ververke, biggest mover of the field, up 16 places to 19th, with Peter Van Gould 20th. Stelian Chepelewski 22nd, with Broughton Grant in 22nd. Robert Lundgren in the 999 car finished in 23rd, with Luke Clark 24th. Sean Gardner was 25th and Gareth Hickling was 26th, with John Roberts down in 27th place. Craig Jones finishing in 28th with David Ayres 29th and Joe McDonald there as we saw those two cross the line together. And then, as we just said, 4 laps down, Jamie Ayres, who lost 29 places in that one. Not quite sure what happened to him. And then 5 laps down, you've got Mick Barry. 7 laps down, Mikey Key. Then you've got Peter Knowles and Richard Warmingham as well in 35th, with Rob Graham and Scott Malcolm, the two Automech boys, finishing 9 laps down as well.
Thank you very much for that, Chaz. And it was certainly an exciting first race, Alex, and you'll be able to tell everyone where they're starting for the next one then.
You're right, I will. In just a second.
Did you say you will?
That's it. So I'm frantically doing my usual thing and getting to bring the wheel up before the start of the race. So, Phil.
It's all right, so good. It's so good.
Second.
Good race, though, Chaz. I think there was plenty of action out there, some good overtaking.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Really, really good scrapping around there. I mean, like we were saying early on, it's quite a thin track, so it's difficult to sort of get the move away on here. There's only a couple of opportunities to really get an overtake done, but these boys are showing that the size of the MX5 is what levels out the playing field, because it is a little car, so you just need a small gap to get down the inside and just poke your nose in.
Right, we have a wheel.
Is that like we have a Hulk, but not as good?
This is it, yeah. Right, let's give it a spin and see who's going to do in front. Be a big one. It's going to be a big one. It's full -2.
So with
full minus. Sorry, go on.
Sorry, I was going to say.
You might as well. I didn't get there in time, did I? Go.
Joe McDonald was the last one on the lead lap, so with him and David Ayres taking out the picture, it's Craig Jones and John Roberts on the front row.
Yeah, so that'll be very good for Jones. See what he can do. Roberts, who didn't have the best race, will be able to try and get a good result there as well. So John is back here on Apex Racing TV after the break. We've got race 2 action from the BSR MX5 Cup. Welcome back to the BSR MX5 Cup on Apex Racing TV here at the Virginia International Raceway in the United States. Andrew Woodhouse, Chaz Draycott and Alex Simpson here. And Alex, I'll bring you in first, mate, this time. Virginia North, it was, we pointed out in the break that the track layout looks similar to Laguna Seca, but so it's kind of, I mean, it's not a bad comparison in terms of the way it undulates.
Yeah, I think you're right, actually. Yeah, very, very similar when you look at it on the track map, you know, just sort of swing it around a little bit and there you are, kind of thing.
The difference is at Laguna Seca, all those back bits, Chaz, they're all straights, and here they're S sections.
Oh yeah, it's a bit of a different beast really with how wide the track is as well, to be honest.
Well, here we go then. Craig Jones on pole, John Roberts second, Gareth Icklin in third, Sean Gardner fourth, Luke Clark in fifth. Just about ready for race 2 to get underway. Who's going to make a good start? Red lights are on. And the green light is on. It was a good start by John Roberts. Wasn't the best getaway I've ever seen from Craig Jones. Off goes, is that Regan on the grass? It might be in the background. They're going 3 wide up the... they're going 3 wide into the first corner. It looks like Gareth Hickley might take the lead here. He's braked later than John Roberts. And he goes through. Roberts, was he caught slightly napping there, Alex?
Possibly, but you don't want to run off on that first corner. Of course, John had issues, didn't he, last race on that same corner, so perhaps just a little bit cautious going into it.
Really, really good clean start by everyone. It seems got a great train of all the... I say that, there's a car off in the background. But there's the usual train of the red arrows that we've got going on there. There's a million red MX-5s. Luke Clark is in the background there. He actually started in the pit lane, and that's Mikey Key in the Result Clothing car. That's got quite a lot of damage. I mean, no front bonnet on that. We've got 2 Momo cars and 2 Result Clothing cars behind there. Really, really battling away. I think that is, I can't remember who it is with the white wheels in the Momo team, which Stelian Chepelewski is in the red and green car. And then he's got Lundgren behind him with Lorne Murray. And is that Rob Graham? It's
Gould just ahead of him.
Ah, okay, that's the one.
Just a question, Alex. Is Mikey Key, is that Michael Key from the Ritmatech Sports Car Series?
Now you're asking. Possibly.
Is he American?
Oh, Lundgren.
Oh, Lundgren.
He's got green lane in.
999. Well, what's your emergency? I'm on the grass, he says.
And there's car number 9. Max Wright also not as much of an extreme way of doing it, but
well, no, it's not because it's only 1-9. It's not all 3.
He's all good. He's all good. He's back on.
No, he's got a Union Jack next to his name. So
there you go. You've got to ask the question.
He's not all back on, is he?
No, there he is. Is he still off?
Well, he's in the pits now.
Look at that!
That's Cherney coming back on.
That's the 23rd.
I think Regan might have been in that as well. He was slow coming out of turn 1. Well, it doesn't stop him putting the move on the Automat car. He's gone straight on.
Oh, and he's bashed into one of the Result Clothing. And that's Michael Barry, I think.
Great stuff on the reverse grid once again, as that is. Who's the number 12 car running wide
there?
No,
Contact McDonald. McDonald, big one. Into the wall.
Oh, there's another car there.
Oh, another one.
Clothing cars. That was Mick Barry, definitely Mick Barry. He's slowing down the time in the street.
Yeah, with the red wheels, Michael Barry into the fence. Anyway.
Oh, that thing's not going straight anymore. He's going to have to be careful there. There was a car. I don't know whether it collected him.
To quote Adam Bath, that has not gone well.
Looked like he just... I don't know whether he squeezed the RSO car on the outside there or not, but it was a bit of a quarter panel and he just went to save it. I just don't think he thought the RSO car was there, Alex. What do you reckon?
Yeah. Oh, off!
Tough
and that's Taylor Lane on the main straight.
He's become an ornament.
No use, no ornament, is it? Taylor Lane. Oh dear.
Was it him we were saying has no luck ever in this series? He was racing really well at Motegi, and then as soon as we said he had a lot of luck, I think it went downhill for him from there.
Well, that's it. Warmingham.
It was all his own doing, wasn't it?
Yeah,
just watching it back on replay.
Got clipped by Kip Stevens as well, it seems. There was the Don't know whether it was on your screen, Alex, but the lovely impression of Dale Winston's face on the side of that car as he went past.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Oh, and his supermarket swept someone out of the way, I think, there.
That didn't take long at all. That was
hit him with a great big inflatable banana. If you don't get that reference, then you don't deserve the reference.
You've got McIntyre and Ayres as well coming through this with McNally, the Scotsman, up the inside of Kip Stevens.
Oh, goodness.
He's trying to fight for some independence, it looks like, as he's got one of the Automech cars.
On the other side. Is he going for a Brucey bonus, Alex? He might be. Regan's off. Everything. I can't cope with this.
Regan's gone rural in the background there as Jamie Ayres nearly goes out into the grass. He's got Cherney in there as well. That's warming him behind him.
Regan's trying to regain the track. I don't think he has done, to be honest. Well, he has eventually, didn't he? Oh, oh dear, there's another one off, and that might be Craig Jones, and it is Craig Jones. Wish you could do a Craig David and rewind that one.
He's going to rejoin right in front of that battle there with Kip Stevens as well.
Oh no, that's a recipe, isn't it? Oh, Alex, here we go. Into turn one. The three wide. God help us.
McNally and McIntyre at the front of it.
Survived it somehow.
Stevens. He's just looking down the inside of Mears, isn't he?
He's pushing on Mears here.
Oh, he's turned across the front of Nebelsiak. He's around. It was Cherney, sorry. Oh no, it was Nebelsiak. They've got the same coloured mirrors.
Well, Bruce Forsyth could dance, and Stevens with a full 360 there.
What was it, Nebelsiak? Sorry, I just think I
might have got it was Nebelsiak. Yeah, it looked like it.
Never-ending battle here.
No, it's Cherney. I think it was Cherney actually. Nebelsiak was slightly higher up. He's battling with. In fact, he's just nearly crashed into Anwar Smith.
Yeah, he had the orange wing mirrors, doesn't he, Alex Cherney? Nebelsiak's white, so I should have known that by now.
The orange car of Adam Hedgecock under pressure from Anwar Smith, who's second in the first race.
Really suits the orange. Actually,
oh, it's a bit of contact. Sorry, Chaz.
That's all good. It's all good.
There's some contact going on between Smith and Nebelsiak again.
Got a nice camera angle on the go here. Actually, really shows the up and downs of the circuit and the curbs there as they hop over. It looks fantastic.
TV3 by any chance?
It is, yeah.
It's better than the other one, isn't it?
Oh, it is.
Alex, did you manage to find some decent cameras for this race?
No, it's a bit of an exclusive track, so we're just using the iRacing defaults, I'm afraid.
Battle for 5th, and that's between Lord Murray and Stelian Chepelevsky.
Oh, wow. That was Anwar was very late on the brakes there. Not sure how he managed to get that stopped before heading off into a different postcode, but he's, well, it'd be a zip code, wouldn't it, with it being in Virginia? But he's got Nebelsiak looking feisty as well with Hedgecock, and he's got Furry down in the background. He's bouncing over the curb. He saves it. Hedgecock's just forced out wide.
There you go. And let's have a look just behind them. And Hedgecock, Jack McIntyre's in there as well, car 15. And then it's Furry down there. Then it's the Scotsman behind him, McNally.
John Roberts has gone down to 4th.
Sure, he'll appreciate that, won't he? Jesus.
Oh, I hope so.
Bloody hell, man.
Dan's got a really good cutback on Hedgecock there, it seems. I don't know whether he's quite got the overlap. He's definitely sticking his nose in there and keeping it in there.
Well, it's the thing, you just like real life, you've got to be careful where you put your nose.
Oh, you do indeed. Dan will know that. He does race the MX5 in real
life. And he's felt the fury of Furry Dan.
Well, there's sticking your nose down the inside, and then there's full-on headbutting somebody. I don't think he'll be too happy with that one. I think Dan will probably be kicking himself there. I know Dan's racing style, and he won't have meant that at all. It's
no, he wouldn't. Right there.
Furry Dan has done a Zidane.
Bon anniversaire.
Indeed, it says that.
Oh dear.
Cheppy just got a move as well, up into 4th place.
Well, he would have been saying murd on that one, wouldn't he?
Oh, he definitely would have.
Oh, dear me, we're allowed to get away with that.
I was going to say, I'm not a fan of the French today.
There goes Warmingham. Oh, dear, and Jamie Ayres not warming to Warmingham.
It's never ending. I was just about to say, though, I'm
no airs and graces there.
I'm not a fan of the French today. There's been some air traffic control cuts, and I've got about 4 different people I know coming back from holiday, and they've all been delayed by 3 hours. So thanks, Frenchies.
Oh dear, we got it. I remember when we landed in Germany, Alex got a call a few hours later saying, "You might not be able to get home."
Yeah.
That's not news that you want, I imagine.
That was all the Ryanair pilots striking. Oh, somebody else is off. What's going on? Somebody on the grass. It's lane, and he's gone. He's out. I think he's just had enough of that one. I don't blame him on that, to be fair. Oh, right. Well, this is laps, this one. It's not minutes. So it's 11-lap race. We're on lap 6.
Great move there by Amos Smith down the inside of Carl Hardy, we've just seen on screen. He's made that one stick. And now he's going to try and...
I'm impressed with Hardy in this meeting. You know, he's always been around the lower end of the field, and this has been a terrific meeting from him. Really
he's kept his nose clean, hasn't he? And he's just pushed on as you've got Broughton Grant now coming under pressure from Hickling and Van Gool and Chepelevsky behind him. So that's not talking about news that you don't want. It's these lot as he runs wide out of turn 1. And John Roberts is off in the background, blending in with the scenery a bit with that shade of green. But yeah, he's run wide out of turn 1, it seems.
Yeah, he would try and camouflage himself, wouldn't he, in that? Oh, John. Yeah, Alex, we're going to sound, at the risk of sounding like a broken record, when talking about Carl Hardy, for instance, you know, it's great when you see somebody really climbing the rankings.
Yeah, and you're right, we have spoke about it a few times, but it's just always great to see, isn't it? You know, drivers come in, they sort of struggle, they're towards the back half of the grid, and they start working their way up into the middle and then get into that sort of top half, you know.
I mean, he was never a slow driver, Carl Hardy. He was always sort of... When I raced in Motegi, we were around the same sort of pace. Whether that makes him fast or not, I don't know, actually. But he's done a good job there. Off goes Adam Broughton Grant, the leader! No. What happened there? Bloody hell. It was another...
That was his teammate, wasn't it?
Car. And I clicked to the car that I thought it was, and it just showed Adam Broughton Grant. Well,
yeah, I think it's Mikey Key.
Dear. It was like they appeared at the same time in the same place. There we go. I've had the Murray Walker moment for one day. That's out of the way. It's Barrichello Murray. There's Hickling. Oh, he's going to get the cut back here, Chaz. It looks good.
Well, he's going to be the outside for these two left-handers, though, but it means he'll be able to carry a bit more speed than Broughton Grant. It's just, you don't want Adam to just bounce over this curb and wash wide now.
Well, I was going to say, it might have forced Broughton Grant to the inside, but it didn't really, and he took a brave line there.
I imagine he's going to try and get a good run out of these two corners through the little left-right section here and then try and get him into the braking zone. But he's got to worry about Chepelevsky and Van Gool.
It's proved to be a decent overtaking opportunity, this right-hander, long right-hander at the end of this small straight. And we'll see if he pulls out the slipstream here. No, he doesn't. He's not close enough this time. Stalin Chepelevsky's in there as well, as is Peter Van Gool.
I think Cheppy's looking really racy right now. He's really attacking the back of Heckling, but you want if you're Broughton Grant right now, you want that to be happening because you want to try and get a gap with these lads battling behind you. You're on board with Cheppy.
Cheppy's got the green on there. Alex matches his rig at home.
Yeah, that's it. He loves his green, doesn't he? So that rig has turned into something pretty special now, actually. Really.
He's from Bulgaria. Greens are big colour in their country.
He's going to have a really good run.
Sorry, what was that?
I was going to say he's got a really good run on this one now on Hickling. But he's also got the run on Broughton Grant up front, so it's going to be a case of the last of the late breakers here. I think Cheppy's going to back out a bit, play it safe. Hickling's going to be on the outside now, so Cheppy's going to be able to put the nose down the inside, but hopefully he doesn't do a fairy Dan. He's saving it, big slide.
I don't know about fairy, that was a bit woolly coming out of there.
Just a tad. He's got his teammate there, Van Gool, behind him. I imagine Peter will probably just not let him go as such, but just he won't sort of interfere with Cheppy's progress.
Broughton Grant going off. That's going to put dirt on his tyres, Alex, for sure.
Yeah, watch for the next couple of corners. Does clear up pretty quickly, though.
Yeah, he's done a nice job there through those through the sort of turns. There's 20 turns on this course, you know. It's only a 3-kilometre course, 3.6 kilometre course. 20 corners. Really just pack them in here. And of course, Virginia, for those who don't know, it's quite a common layout here on iRacing, but Chaz, it's famous for its many layouts.
Yeah, it's a very versatile track, it seems. I mean, I only got it on Thursday before the BSR but I've been looking at it and seeing what you can do with it, because I've always been interested in learning the track itself, because it's not one I've always wanted to actually race on, but now I've seen how good the racing is, I want to get on it. But yeah, it's certainly got its multiple layouts, and it's good to have tracks like that on iRacing, because many people go to circuits and they see it as just a one layout place, and they think, well, if you revisit it, it's nothing new. But
like some people won't know anything about like Silverstone National or something like that even.
Yeah.
And here comes Stelly and Chepelevsky on the outside. Oh, and here's Van Gool. Is he going to make it 3 wide? No, he's not. He took a sensible pill there and decided to just hop in behind his teammate. Cheppy's got a good cutback here. That's the rallycross coming into it, Alex, I think. Getting a good tight line, good drive off there, but he's going to find it tough to go around the outside because it's almost impossible.
Yeah, exactly.
He might get a cutback, though, for the inside.
Oh, that's good. He needs the inside here. He could get it done. Can hold it around the outside, though.
Oh, he's
got the advantage for the next corner.
Bit understeering. Good driving by Hickling. Brilliant driving, Chaz.
Really top draw stuff there by these boys. They're showing how it's done and keeping it clean at the same time.
Oh, Cheppy's going for the inside. Oh, Hickling's opened the line. Oh, he's opened the door for Cheppy.
Great move. Although
Hickling's trying to make it around the outside. Look at that for driving. Oh,
fantastic stuff. Absolutely fantastic.
Outstanding, Alex. Outstanding.
Great driving.
We saw that.
Take the extra momentum there.
We saw the trouble other people were having of going around the outside there. Gareth Hickling made that look easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are exactly two boys aren't. Sorry, go on, mate.
No, he knew exactly what to do. You know, I think he knew that he could carry the momentum off the corner, get the run. Dillian looking very strong, and of course, all this fighting.
And he's properly chucked it at the barriers. Well, we just sing his praises, and there's the curse of the commentator at its finest form. I was just about to say he's a guy that's not scared of getting it sideways by the look of it, because they know how to control it, but he's just launched it into there.
Can't believe that, and I also can't believe he's not still going. He's just quit out of frustration, it looks like, unless he was stuck in the wall.
What we were saying earlier about the transfer of weight, wasn't it? When it goes to the left, he touches the brakes, and then it's already unsettled, so it drags itself to the left before he can correct it to the right, and by the time he's done that, he's already off into the trees. He
was doing such a good job. But again, but that's the bit that was great driving. That's the bit that slightly annoyed me, is that, you know, not trying to drive it back. He only had 1 and a bit laps to go. And now is he going to finish in the points? I'm not sure he is. Be close. I think he will probably finish in the points, actually, looking at it.
You're right, maybe he's thinking, on the last lap, actually.
Maybe he's thinking, he could be thinking full reverse grid, in which case it's a tiny bit cheeky.
No, I think it looked like it may have been stuck in the wall. It didn't seem like the rear wheels were on the ground.
I hope it was stuck in the wall.
My sim crashed on the last lap. Can you believe that?
Is that what he said? Oh, man. Well, that's unlucky. Very, very unlucky for Gareth Hickling.
On board with Van Gool right now. But it's going to be Broughton Grant who's going to come across the line.
Yeah, tremendous performance by Adam Broughton Grant. He started 7th on the grid and he's come through. And in the end, he takes quite a comfortable win. Round 2 of the evening goes to Adam Broughton Grant here in the BSR MX5 Cup. Close behind. Very close behind between Hefford and Van Gool. It's Hefford who gets there. And then Chepelevsky in 4th. McIntyre 5th and Murray 6th.
As Van Gool takes it on.
He's close again between Hardy and... Oh, Hardy and Cherney and Mason Wright. That was very close as well.
Van Gool took it on a bit of a drifty, scenic route at the end there.
Scott Malcolm just beats... Regan just beats Malcolm to the line. Clark there as well. Okay, that's pretty much everybody over the line now. Well, that was a good race, Chaz. It was definitely action-packed.
Yeah, once again, really good scrapping from these guys. I mean, as we saw with Hickling, it's very easy to lose this car. I mean, it has got a lot of, well, as I've just seen Regan lose it on the lap trying to drift it there on the in lap, but yeah, it's very easy to lose the back end of this car, and it's often underestimated in terms of how difficult it actually is to drive. But it's a good car to get people into iRacing who want to learn how to control a rear-wheel drive car, because it does throw the odd surprise at you with circuits like this that undulate quite a lot with up and down bits and curbs everywhere for you to hop over. So yeah, it's always entertaining to watch these, to be fair. I'm loving this.
Great stuff indeed. And Alex, you have the results screen ready?
Not yet. I got kicked from the server on the last lap, so I'm just trying to get it back sorted.
Oh dear. So when you were on about Sims crashing, you were on about your own?
Yeah. It was mine. Mine went. Oh. Not anybody else's, unfortunately. So
I thought you were on about Gareth that said his one had been he'd been kicked.
Let me see if I can actually retrieve these results. I might not even be able to. We'll try our best. Okay. No. Ish. I haven't got the gaps, unfortunately, but I think I've got the results. Yeah.
I can take you through the order the results. So Adam Broughton Grant with the win, 3.7 ahead of Hefford in the end. So they were all battling on the last lap. Peter Van Gool in third, Celian Chepelevsky in fourth, Jack McIntyre fifth, sixth for Lon Murray, seventh Adam Delmont, then Adam McNally in eighth, Jimmy Ayres ninth, Anwar Smith 10th, Carl Hardy in 11th place, Ben Mears in 12th, Max Wright 13th, 14th, Alex Cherney 15th, John Roberts, then Rob Graham in 16th, Jack Regan in 17th, Scott Malcolm 18th, 19th for Dan Blake, Kip Stevens 20th, Luke Clark 21st, 22nd for Greg Jones, he was on the pole, and Ryan Verke in 23rd, Sean Gardner 24th, Richard Warmingham 25th. Then the cars one lap down or more, Gareth Hickling, Mikey Key, Peter Knowles, Taylor Lane, Adam Hedgecock, Cedric Novelsiak, Robert Lundgren 32nd, and William Daniels, Joe McDonald, David Ayres, Michael Barry, and Rafe Cullinan. Now, Alex, are we in a position to get the wheel?
Yeah, I can do that. So, sort of covered after that. Right, let's go spin.
There we go.
Oh, is it going to be small? I think it's going to be a lot shorter. Not going to take over, 15th this time.
So 15th is going to be John Roberts, and it'll be another front row start for the boosted man as he maintains his quest for another win. So we'll see what he can do when we come back on Apex Racing TV. We've still got 2 more races to go tonight in the BSR MX5 Cup.
chair of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Will it be Tim Hogan? It's going to be Christopher DeMary at the line.
Welcome back to the BSR MX5 Cup here at Virginia. Andrew Woodhouse, Chaz Draycott and Alex Simpson with you. And it'll be John Roberts on the pole. He was on the front row in race 2. Can he turn this into a much better result than he did in the last race with 15th? Alex Cherney in second, Max Wright third. Ben Mears in fourth, Carl Hardy fifth. Anwar Smith sixth, Jamie Ayres seventh, and Adam McNally eighth, Adam Delmont in ninth, and Lon Murray in 10th. And, well, plenty of fast drivers all the way through this field. We'll see how they get on. Roberts has been making the best starts so far today. See what he can do this time. Green flag flies. We're away. It's a good start. Pretty even start by Roberts and Cherney. Max Wright got away pretty well as well, and he's almost challenging Cherney actually into the first corner with Mace on the outside. Carl Hardy just behind him, and Anwar Smith as well. In fact, it's not Carl Hardy, it's Jamie Ayres who's got ahead of Hardy. Not a great start by Hardy then, as Roberts continues to lead through the first few corners. Yeah,
Jamie Ayres got an absolutely lightning getaway. He's gained a couple of places already. He's on the outside.
Oh,
I'll say that. There he goes. Oh, I shouldn't have opened my mouth. I should have just let him go and just watched him. And I've binned him off. I'm sorry, Jamie.
Alex, that could be one of the better commentators' guesses we've seen.
That is one of the best ones.
Out of all those people on the track, there's like 37 of them. You had to pick the one guy who was going to go off at the next corner.
We've had some doozies before, but that one sums it up.
That's up there.
Oh, indeed.
John Roberts not being cursed at all at the minute because he's leading. Cherney's in second. Then it's Wright, then Mears, then Hardy. So not Hardy, then it's Smith actually in fifth now, and then it's McNally. Oh, Roberts goes a bit wide. This could be the chance for Cherney then.
Yeah, he's already got the overlap there by the look of it.
Oh, contact! Oh, and more contact! And,
oh, he's around.
Oh, they're all around. This is going to be chaos. There's a problem.
Yeah. Oh, two of the Youth Energy cars in the wall there. That was Delmont and Anwar Smith.
Oh, dear.
Both of them came into each other there. That was a nightmare for them. They're still both sat at the side of the track. I don't know whether they're going to try and carry on.
I think they are, but they'll get the points. Oh, no, don't do that. Oh,
Anwar's is buried in the floor, the bottom right corner. Well, the bottom right, it's underneath now. The rear right corner absolutely had it.
Problem for these two is no fast repairs, and I think they'll be done. They'll go in and try and get it repaired, but that is not going to happen, I'm afraid. Those guys will be out, unfortunately for them. Alex, how did it start? My word, Broughton Grant, he's in the wall. Sorry.
It's all right.
Oh, we just saw him in the background, yeah.
I'm not really sure. Let's have a look, see how that one happened.
Just went flying off a bit further around from where Ayres was.
See what happened to Broughton Grant. Is he just going to clip the grass? Oh, he just slides it. Oh, he just overcorrects it then, and it's just wobbled into the wall in the majestic way that the MX5 does. Brought it back round again.
Alex, what did you see out there?
Yeah, just that really. Just lost it. I was actually trying to find the
other one.
The other one. Yeah.
That was Roberts, wasn't it? And co.
I think
back end of the previous lap.
I think Cherney got held up a little bit because him and Roberts were side by side, and then when Roberts backed out of it, the car behind didn't expect him to do it.
But I think there was a bit of contact as well, wasn't there? Between Roberts and Cherney, and that's why the car behind just came on the scene far too quickly.
Exactly that. Yeah, exactly that. Just watching it back now on replay, that's exactly what's happened.
Well, not too quickly, but too quickly for him at least. Oh, who's that? Hedgecock trying to go past. Oh dear. Well, that's not gone well at all. Hedgecock and Murray and Cullinan. Oh, big one on the main straight, Alex.
Yeah, I was watching the lead battle go on there. Let's see if we can get that one back.
Sorry, it's a 3-car crash. I'll try and help you out at some point, but
we just saw them litter in the straight in the background. Just dotted around all over the place. I think they all ended up on the grass, did they? Let's have a look.
They got turned into space dust.
Got Hedgecock then side by side with Murray. Hedgecock's really near the wall. Oh, there's a Lundgren off miles in the background. Yeah, it looks like Lawn just comes across him a little bit and they hit the wall.
Could have given him the room there, couldn't he? And then it took a few people.
Who is that off into a different zip code? I think that was that Williams?
Not
Yeah,
sure.
I'm not sure. If I'm being brutally honest right now, they should punish stuff really hard, like what Murray did there. I think. Yeah. Because all that's gonna do is end up in a big crash when you stop driver coming on like that. Just be a little bit courteous and let him back on the track. What's it gonna matter?
Because they're going to go, oh, rules say this, overlap, blah, blah, blah.
It's just nonsense, though. Do you know what I mean? Just give a little bit of respect on the racetrack. You know, you don't have to force him off onto the grass. So,
no, because look, I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
I said Williams, by the way. I meant to say William Daniels, sorry, but it wasn't even him. It was actually Ralph Cullinan that got catapulted off. But yeah, I'm with you on that one, Alex. It's something that needs sorting out, really, because I mean, there's
they
no
really
need for
should
it.
come on. They really should come down on a ton of...
That's Journey and Hefford. It's going again.
Oh. How did they get through there? Then it's just like the seas parted.
It was Mears, sorry. Oh dear.
Nice little synchronised spin, though. Fair play. That's small Chaslington style points for him for on that one. They can have them all day, but it's not helping them in the race.
Points, trademark. Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Look, a league table of those at the end.
Maybe so. We've got McIntyre though up 9 places. Chepolevsky's done the same as well. They're 2nd and 3rd in the race. Biggest mover. Oh, sorry, go on, mate.
No, go on. You're right.
I was just going to say biggest mover, as usual. Josh Thompson, 23 places up to 14th. But
well, it's not hard when they've all binded off in front of him.
That is a very fair point. Yeah.
No offense to Josh. He's done a good job so far. But when you consider that at least 10 of them have crashed, then it's probably it's maybe not 10, it's probably 9.
It's a bit of a figures booster, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a little embellishment. Went a long way. Now, Thompson has kept it clean though.
Fairy Dan's done a woolly, sorry. He was off, really off on the grass there, going down the straight. He's brought it back together. Well, he just lost a lot of speed trying to save it. Oh, there's an Automet car off on the grass. Scott Malcolm.
Oh, no. Oh, Thompson and Brian Holmes. Brian Holmes has turned up, everybody.
Yeah, both Thompson and Brian.
Oh, no, there goes Thompson.
Well, we're going to see a replay of what happened with Malcolm here. 3 into 1 down the straight, and then we'll follow on with what happened with Josh.
Can this race get any more ridiculous? No, it sounds like from what Chaz is. Oh no, Jamie Ayres again, same corner.
Oh, Thompson and Holmes come together at turn 1. I think he was just a bit too late on the brakes there.
From noises I could hear, Chaz, it doesn't sound like this race is going to get much better.
It's just chaos everywhere, but fair play to them. They're all going at it hammer and tongs, but it's it's on a track like this where it's that thin and there's so much grass. They're just skating off all over the place.
I mean, I'll give them credit. They are going for it. But I don't know if this is the right thing to do at somewhere like this. I don't know. It's very, very... It's a tough track as it is.
Oh, yeah, it's very elbows out tonight. There's no holds barred, but it's towards the end of the season as well, so people are really fighting for those last few championship points to keep themselves in the game, I suppose. We're looking at Josh right now, really...
Well, it's a year-long competition, this one, isn't it?
I'm not sure.
It is, isn't it?
Oh, is it?
It's a big long season, this, Alex. Isn't it?
I thought it was just the spring series because I got sent a schedule today and there's only 1 round left after this.
Yeah, that's what I thought the same as you, Andrew.
They've put 140 rounds on the flipping... Never mind. You're probably right. They change their mind week by week, even about which track they're doing. So it wouldn't surprise me if they changed the end if they decide to call the season a day.
Oh, Lundgren just got absolutely pounded into the wall. Sorry, I've just saw Josh Thompson there make one of the saves of the century. He was sideways on the grass for about 15 seconds, but Lundgren just got caught.
Is it as good as his one at Spa in the World GTs?
I wouldn't say it was that good, but it was constant opposite lock. But Lundgren just got absolutely launched into the wall by a car that had gone off in front of him. He just bounces off, and that's a nasty one. That would have taken you by surprise.
I don't know how we've got so many cars still going, actually, after all that we've seen so far. Because there's just contact left, right and centre. And there's going to be some more, is there, here? Because I can see Van Gool and Van Gool and Mears quite close together. And then behind them is Jones and Holmes.
You've got Chepelewski all over the back of Adam McNally here, and then he's got Regan behind him, and then Hefford behind him. It's a fantastic little train here, battling for third place. McIntyre and Cherney are off up the road, but Cheppy's got a great run out of second to last there. McNally does a good job, keeps it tight, gives him the room. But you've got to look at Regan here, because he's going to have a good run. Oh, there's another car off in the background there, and that's Luke Clark. There's a lot of cars going off at the last corner today. They're really struggling to get the MX5 hooked up round there.
Yes.
Regan doesn't know where to go here.
It's a funny one, Alex, isn't it? Because the last corner I've always thought fairly straightforward here. Oh, as someone else goes off, it's Holmes.
This is
Holmes. Yeah, it is
third
Holmes.
here, mate.
Third, yeah.
McNally's just ahead. Chepelewski and Hefford are side by side with Regan 2x2. He's gone wide. Cheppy's gone wide. He's going to hit McNally, is he? No, he's not. Great racing this by these guys. They show how close you can get it and keep it clean. And there's the curse. Wait for it.
Oh.
Great stuff. Really good stuff by Regan to get the car overlap there.
These guys showing how it's done, Alex.
Great racing. That's how it's, like you say, that is how it's done.
So far,
McIntyre's got the lead, sorry. McIntyre is in the lead. 10 places gained. He's overtaken Cherney.
Yeah, good stuff by McIntyre. Really good progress in this one.
Let's get a replay of that on screen for you.
He was fantastic at Charlotte last week. He was just absolutely on it. I mean, I don't know whether you caught any of it, Andrew, but he was untouchable. Absolutely untouchable all night.
He was fantastic. See any of it. I think I was in bed by this time last Tuesday.
He pulled off a beautiful move there, actually. Went round the outside of Cherney after the little left-right chicane.
No, I'm lying to you. Actually, I wasn't in bed this time last week. I was on the source.
Oh, there you go.
There we go. Yeah, it was. That was it. Oh dear. Right. Well, here comes. Going to need some after this race as well, to be honest. Here comes McNally, then trying to win his freedom back. He gets ahead of Chepelewski. Here's Regan, and there behind them is Hefford. And
then Max Wright's going to have a look in on this as well.
Oh, Cheppy nearly lost that then, and he's gone into Regan, and Hefford, nudges him, but that's good driving by Hefford. He just leaves off the gas a little bit there. He doesn't turn him, Alex, which some of the other people seem incapable of doing.
Well, keep it up, boys. Let's keep it going for the last couple of laps. That's what we want.
Max Wright's joined in the party as well. Not far behind. It's quite close at the front still, but then there's 5 seconds behind those two to this battle that we've been watching. We've got 4 laps to go in the BSR MX5 Cup. Oh, and that's a good move by Hefford. Regan caught napping a bit there. Made a little bit of an error. That was all it took. Good move there. Cedric Nebelsiak, Alex, is up 22 positions.
Yeah, fantastic drive. The highest mover now as well. Thompson only 21. It's going to be a little battle. I don't think either of them are going to get to another one. Who's that off?
That's Luke Clark, just repeating what he did a few laps ago.
Have it. That's a new line.
Indeed. I was just going to say before, actually.
Oh, no! It's all right,
sorry.
Hefford? It just Hefford into McNally. It looked like it was going to be worse than it did, but he got it stopped fairly well in the end.
I was just going to say before, that last corner, when we were saying before, it is quite relatively easy. It comes back again to what I say every single week about this car, as a result clothing car. I think that's key.
It's key.
Great move by Hefford.
That's a lovely one.
Fantastic move that was. That was just under the radar. Nice little dive down the inside, and he's got the job done.
I bet this track's a lot better in this car than it is in the Kia Optima, though, Alex, because rear-wheel drive versus front-wheel drive just very much more enjoyable.
It really is.
Was it okay in the Kia?
It was okay. I mean, it was pushy in places, and you really had to attack the curbs immensely to get the kind of lap time out of it. I was quite surprised how aggressive you had to be with it.
I've done a few races there before. It really is key to keep the tyres in check in that car around here, because there's so many long corners. So many. Well, it's just so many changes at fast corners is what I meant. Hefford going away quite well here now.
Oh, big slide there, second to last. Good job of saving that. There's a little bit of the grass, but I don't think that's going to hurt him too much, is it?
I think sometimes, I don't know if you'll agree with me actually, Alex, on this point, is that I think sometimes we see a lot of accidents in this series because the drivers are really good and it is closely matched competition, so they've got to push each other. They've really got to push as hard as they can sometimes.
Yeah, they do. And we do see some really fantastic battles that just have a little nick, you know, they're just a half a foot wrong, little mistake, and it causes, you know, a pretty almighty crash.
Stelly and Chepelewski just cut into line there and immediately was forced back out of the line.
Yeah, Regan did a really nice job there.
How did he fit that car in that gap, Chaz? It's like he had one of those parallel parking sensors.
Yeah, really not sure with that one, but Regan was really good to be aware of that, to be fair, and then get it crossed back over again as Cheppy's once again side by side. He's really strong through that sector and getting a run onto this right-hander, but just like we saw in race 1, Regan's got the inside, Cheppy's got the outside, and you just can't do anything about it because the way it sweeps back once you go up the hill, it doesn't help you out at all if you're on the outside.
I think McIntyre's broken Alex Cherney's resolve, and it looks like he's going to be taking the win, the former champion. Oh, they're all going wide there. And Cheppy, he's trying to have a go, but you can't really have a go into these final two corners. You just got to really set them up through here. And Cheppy just dabs the brake, Alex, just to get the car under control.
Yeah, good call. The slipped out of line there. I mean, this is the last lap. He needs to be right there just to capitalise on any mistakes these guys make.
Well, they're side by side now. It's very tough to go around the outside. Did you make anything stick on the outside on Thursday night? Here, 10-1?
Couple. Yeah, a couple.
Oh, a little nudge, and that's all that Cheppy needs, Chaz.
Yeah, he's just not optimistic. Sorry, opportunist there. Max Wright may even try and get in on the party as well. Good to see Max up there still. I know as I've raced on track with Max quite a lot. He'll be happy with a result like this tonight and being in the top 10. Especially
he's good in this car, though.
Yeah, he is.
He's very good in this car.
He's shown on a good few occasions that he's really quick in this machine. So it's good to see him up there.
Definitely suits him more than the Kia does.
Agreed.
I think having raced with him in the Kia and in this, he's better in this. That's for sure.
Yeah, I think he'll agree with you on that one as well. But I know as a driver like that, it's nice to get these sort of mentions on broadcast. So fair play to you tonight, and for showing how strong you are in this car, Max. It's good to see you up there, mate.
Speaking of strong, we've had a good final lap from Alex Cherney, Alex, and he was 1.2 seconds behind Jack McIntyre, but it's just this isn't going to be good at all. And McIntyre hits him, but I think Cherney's going to wait. What on earth has gone on there? I have absolutely no idea. But over the line comes Jack McIntyre, and wait, what's going on here? Has he got a slow down penalty? I have no idea what's happened, but well, McIntyre slows down.
The bell shakes off.
Alex, how do you describe that one?
I don't really know what to say on that one. You don't come back on the track with a damaged car in front of the leaders on the last lap, do you?
I saw that coming a mile off and couldn't say anything constructive about it. Just made noises.
Yeah.
I think I did the same.
And I'm pretty sure that's what McIntyre was saying, exactly the same thing. No.
Yeah. He's lucky he only got a slight tap, actually, because it would have been bad. But you know what? I've got to give credit to Alex Cherney there, Chaz. He obviously waited.
Yeah.
He obviously just thought that was nonsense, and you know he wasn't going to win that way.
Yeah, that was brilliant sportsmanship. I think that's why Jack slowed down a bit at the end, just to sort of not as much repay the favour, but just to show him that there was that mutual respect there. It's really good to see that, especially between the leaders in a series as competitive as this. So, like I say, fair play, Alex Cherney. That was really nice to see that.
I have to say that is fair play, because in that situation, I'd have just been laughing to the finish line.
Laughing and going through and saying thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not ashamed to say I would have done the same thing.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Because that's the kind of thing that, you know, we always got told, I know when we started racing, we started sim racing in the ARL leagues, which is now Apex Online Racing, is that we just got told, well, whatever happens on the track happens, and they'll deal with the penalties after. But we also, although we used to police our league ourselves, didn't we, by letting people through and things like that. So it's difficult. It's two schools of thought, isn't it? It's like there's that method which kind of we used to use, and then there's this where by the letter of the law in the league, you just take what you're given, but at the same time, you don't want to be a dick and steal a win from someone who doesn't deserve who deserves it. So I don't know. It's very difficult. They still were 7.5 seconds just ahead of everyone else. So that was how much of a lead they'd built up.
Oh yeah, they're both really, really quick driving in this car. I mean, the battle that was going on for third was absolutely immense. They provided a hell of a lot of entertainment through that, but it slowed them down ultimately and meant that they were that far behind the leaders at the end.
Well, I think it's just about what can you say about that race? I actually am a little speechless. It was good fun. It was also absolutely mental out there. So I'll take you through the finishing order. Then Jack McIntyre with the win ahead of Alex Cherney, and so we'll see that again at some point replayed. Steve Hefford in third, Adam McNally fourth, just beating Stelian Chepolewski to the line. Stephen Baxter in sixth, Max Wright P7, Cedric Nobelsiak in eighth, up from 30th as we mentioned. Rob Graham 9th, Kip Stevens 10th, Roy Viverke in 11th, Jamie Ayres 12th, 13th for William Daniels. That's a good performance from him. Luke Clark 14th, Josh Thompson 15th. He was up 22. 16th, Brian Holmes. Even though he went off a couple of times, he was up 20 places. Peter Van Gool in 17th. Richard Warming at 18th. 19th for Ben Mears. 20th for Craig Jones. David Ayres 21st. Paul City, John Roberts 22nd. Didn't have the finest hour. Of course, we saw what happened to him. Dan Blake unleashed the Fury in 23rd. Sean Gardner 24th. And then one lap down, Adam Broughton Grant and Scott Malcolm. And then the rest of them, Peter Knowles, Michael Key, Rob Lundgren, Lon Murray, Adam Hedgecock, Rafe Cullinan, Gareth Hicklin, Michael Barry, Carl Hardy, and Matt Smith and Adam Delmont. They were all out on the first lap, Alex. It was a bit of a attritional race, that.
It was, yeah. Much worse than what we've seen so far tonight. So I think it's a sign of things to come, perhaps, though, final race.
I think it is indeed. Oh, I'm doing it now. We've got the reverse grid wheel for the final time then, and you're going to pull out full for us.
Well, spin it and see. Could be. Oh, and it is. Full -1.
Full -1.
You can get, really.
Yeah. And actually, considering the fact that so many people were out, it actually doesn't make it a really big reverse grid. It's actually 25th. And that's Adam Broughton Grant, actually one of the fastest drivers out there. So we'll see what he can do. He's got a very good chance to win the race. And we'll be back for race 4 after the break here on Apex Racing TV.
finish here of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Will it be Tim Hogan? It's going to be Christopher DeMary at the line. chair of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Would it be Tim Hogan? It's going to be Christopher DeMary at the line.
Welcome back to Virginia International Raceway and the BSR MX5 Cup. I'm Chaz Draycott alongside Alex Simpson, and we're back for the final race of the evening in slightly overcast conditions. So, Alex, it's maybe less harsh on the tyres, maybe a bit more grippy. How do you reckon this one's going to go?
Yeah, hello everybody. To back in the booth, the final race of the night. I think Elbo's going to come out in this one, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
We saw a little bit of that in the last race, and Virginia, it's very easy to do that, just the nature of the circuit. You know, it's very tight, twisty. It's easy for guys just to poke their nose in here and there, and I think we're going to see a lot of that in this race. So, yeah, we had a lot of attrition in the last one, but get ready for another level.
Yeah, it should be a good laugh, as we've got someone doing a few little donuts on the grass there. I'm not quite sure who that was. One of the Automat cars. Obviously enjoying the fact that the MX5 rear-wheel drive. Coming to the end of the practice for this race right now, not that it means a massive amount, but Anwar Smith is just on the fastest lap of 1:34.3, and the session has been advanced, which means that they're now going to head to the grid and line up. We've got a reverse grid, obviously, for this race, last one of the night. I believe it was 25 places, wasn't it, that was reversed last time?
Believe it was, yeah. So 4-1 this time, so huge one.
So we've got Adam Broughton Grant on pole position, really, really quick driver in this car. Sean Gardner hoping for some good fortune tonight, starting second on the grid in the very pretty boosted car. You've got Dan Blake third on the grid there, Fairy Dan, who's hoping for better results as well. John Roberts once again near the front of the grid, so we'll have to see how he gets on. David Ayres fifth, Craig Jones sixth, Benjamin Mears in seventh. You've got Richard Warmingham eighth, Peter Van Gool in ninth, and Brian Holmes is in 10th. Josh Thompson's 11th, so I reckon he's got a pretty good chance at doing well here. We know that Josh is good at making up places. Then you've got Luke Clark 12th, 13th Jamie Ayres, 14th Roy Verke, Kip Stevens 15th, and Rob Graham is in 16th. with Nebelsiak, Wright, Regan, Chepelewski, McNally, a lot of the quick boys down there, Hefford, Cherney and McIntyre. Race 3 winner starting 24th on the grid as the lights are on. Good getaway from the front 2 boys there. Sean Gardner got a little bit better jump than Broughton Grant, it seems. John Roberts has done well to get alongside Dan Blake coming down to turn 1, but it seems like Broughton Grant's got this pretty much sorted out already. 3 wide in the background behind him there. Oh, late on the brakes there by John Roberts, but he's round the outside of Dan Blake. Fair play. Listening out for contacts in the background. Oh, and there's one of the Result clothing cars around. They've done all right not to get involved with anyone else there. Just trying to see who that was in the Phantom car. Was that Warmingham?
Jones warming him around as well. Oh,
yeah, Stevens.
Oh, this is not going to be good. Coming back onto the circuit, everyone checking up on the inside.
Max
Somehow, oh yeah, a few more going into it now. But actually, I tell you what, that could have been a lot worse than what it was.
They did really well there, to be fair. That was Max Wright that went into, I can't even think of which Result clothing car that was stopped. I think it was Craig Jones. Ralph Cullinan was the other car involved in that one as well. It was also stopped. But you've got Dan Blake going for 2nd place there, around the outside of that's Gardner. Brilliant move there as the 2 boosted cars come together a little bit. You've got Van Gool as well in the background there with, who is that? Is that, Brian Holmes, who's gone around, clips Josh Thompson, avoided action for Ayres, and that's Nebelsiak, I think, that's gone into him as well in the background, unfortunately.
Took Brian out of treat really well. It didn't take him out, but it's just finished him off, shall we say.
Definitely finished off that MX5.
He did the damage on his own, really.
Yeah, unfortunate there for him to come back across the track, but that shows the nature of these SS sections that we get. It's very easy for the cars to just fishtail one way then the other, and I mean, there's not much avoiding it in these things. The brakes are like paper cups, but there's
4 separate people into the pits. We were worried about attrition, and it might well be happening. They're 3 wide just ahead as well. Thompson on the inside.
Yeah, Jamie Ayres got, I think, a slowdown there at the last corner. Broughton Grant, you can see, has just gone away with it there. Nearly making contact as Van Gool goes back down the inside of, who's that in the, I'm trying to think, that's David Ayres, isn't it? With Kip Stevens coming up the inside of him now. Seems like Ayres was trying to get out of it on the brakes there, and Van Gool went back up the inside and went, you know what, sunshine? Van Gool fishtails it into the wall.
Snapped back as well, didn't it? Just as I was trying to find Kip on the on the track. But yeah, 2 wide between Regan and McNally, is that? Yes, it is.
It is, yeah. Yeah, it seems like he did what Broughton Grant did earlier, did Van Gool. Just went one way and just slight overcorrection, and it just flicked it the other way and into the barrier. You've got 2 wide, 3 cars deep here. That's the number 30 car of Rob Graham alongside Chepelewski. Cheppy's going around the outside. Fantastic stuff there. He's really showing how quick he is tonight. Was that a car sideways? Was he off? I think it was Hefford getting really sideways. As he went off the edge of the screen, it looked like it had gone all the way around then. So I don't know how he saved that, but fair play. The Momo boys really getting stuck in here, as they do every week. They do really good in this car. They've got a good lineup.
Yeah, they love it. Actually, their team really suited for this car. They seem to get the best out of it for sure.
Definitely. Rob Graham always up there fighting. McIntyre gets a great run out of that final corner. He's surely going to get a slipstream on Rob here. I suppose he had that much of a good run. He's not going to get the slipstream because he's already pulled out of the draft. We'll have to see who's later on the brakes down here. McIntyre, we know, is very strong in this car. But Rob will do his utmost best to defend, as he always does.
Throws it in deep. Keeps it pinned to the apex, though. It's good.
Yeah, he does a really good job there. But now that means that McIntyre's got the inside line for the next corner.
Normally you get by there, don't you? But McIntyre was able just to hold it around the outside. So yeah, good job from him. Sort of read the situation, knew what he needed to do. Who's that having a little look on? That was McNally having a little look on David Ayres as well. Cuts back actually. Good from McNally. He's going to have the inside line now as well, which is when it counts.
There's Sheppy. Nearly 3 wide there. Contact actually with David Ayres, and he somehow didn't affect either of them. Great battling by these guys, even up to the last race of the night. Cheppy's really using the most of that road out there. We've seen him do that twice now. He really runs it out wide. Don't know whether you'd get a 1x for that actually, because it still counts as some of the tarmac, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Having not driven this actual layout, I'm not sure where you pick up the off tracks and the slowdowns and all sorts.
Rob Graham really defending from Steve Hefford there as well. There's quite a bit of contact. You've got a fantastic look at this train of 9 cars here, starting with David Ayres. Then you've got Chepelevsky, McNally, McIntyre, Graham, Hefford, Van Gool. And then you've got Anwar Smith as well. And I think Cherney's about to close onto the back of it as well, as you've got Cheppy now going past David Ayres. Up at the front, you've still got Broughton Grant. He's got Dan Blake and John Roberts battling behind him. Josh Thompson's up to 4th, now chasing them. We've got 3 wide as they come towards turn 1. It's like the red arrows.
I think McNally thought about making it 4, didn't he, at one point? But he's got through at least one of them. I might get a second here as well, because McIntyre not quite as quick off the corner as he wanted. He'll have to go around the outside of the kink, and then this tricky left, which is very easy to understeer from, and you get punished, and we see someone just running a little wide there.
I think that, to be fair, I think that was McIntyre actually taking McNally rather than the other way around, because he was at the back of this pack before that, so I think he went round the outside of McNally and Ayres in that one. He was really late on the brakes, so he did a really good job of chucking it in. As that is that, I can't remember his name now, that's really bad. Anwar Smith in the number 88 car, sorry, I was just looking down the order then, trying to figure out who it was. Anwar Smith battling Peter Van Gool. Is the Momo boys ever going forward? Oh, Rob Graham off the track going down the order. I think he was side by side with someone in the S's section there in the background. He must have made contact or something. Yeah, he's really gone down the order.
Who was that? Sorry, I'm just trying to find the replay.
Rob Graham, sorry.
Here we go.
I think as they come out of this S's section, yeah, he got alongside David Ayres. I don't know whether Hefford's going to get an overlap. Don't know whether he'll just get knocked off a little bit. Oh, he does it all by himself, to be fair. Too much of the curb and into the wall hard. I'll be frustrated at that one, but it's easy to do here. I mean, as we were saying in the last race, attacking the curbs in the Kia, in a car like this, it can unsettle it quite easily, but you've got to take the risk, I imagine.
You got to really, haven't you? You know, otherwise you're just going to be sitting duck. You're just going to keep dropping further back. So
yeah, you've got to make the most of the track on these smaller circuits. You've got to make every line as smooth as it can be. Broughton Grant's got a 4.4 second lead now, but Dan Blake and Josh Thompson are battling for 2nd and 3rd. John Roberts has been dispatched by Thompson. And you've got Mears, Regan, Stevens and Gardner. Josh Thompson up 8 places already. Jack Regan up 13. McIntyre up 15. And Anwar Smith up 20. So big moves by all those boys. As usual, Josh Thompson and Jack McIntyre are near the top of that list. They're formidable forces in this car. Nice battle just behind Van Gool here with David Ayres, who's been overtaken now by Smith, according to the timing screen, but just about makes it. Fair play. They've got Cherney, and who's that behind them? That's for Verke in the Automat car. I've not seen much from Roy tonight. I don't know whether he's just had some bad luck in incidents and so on, but he was really good actually at Charlotte last week, wasn't he?
Yeah, he had a great meeting there, and not everyone's done all the races tonight. There's been a few drivers jump in and out, and come in a bit late. So maybe we haven't seen Roy because maybe you come a bit late to the party.
Got the bright orange wheels on the Automat car, suiting that livery, which is based on the MG6 from the BTCC that you see Tom Boardman and Rory Butcher driving. They had quite a mixed bag of results at Thruxton last weekend. And hopefully Verke is going to make up for that in this one by trying to dispatch of Cherney and Ayres. He's certainly catching them quite quickly, isn't he?
I mean, lap time wise was 3 seconds quicker that time, so yeah, flying up to him.
Definitely. I think the battle might not have helped Ayres, but even still, it's track position that matters. I mean, you can visually see how much closer he is to the back of Ayres now. He might even make a move into the next few corners, you never know. He's a very feisty racer, is Roy. He did really well in the Club Series back in the days. We go on board using all of the road. You know, there's a lot of mutual respect between these drivers when they can follow this closely on a track like this. These guys have been racing with each other a few years now, I imagine, so they know what they're all doing.
It's not easy to follow this close. Some places you can't even see the the corner, so you just kind of have to know out of blind faith where you're going. Barry's dropping down the order.
Yeah, I've just spotted that on here. It says that, to be fair though, it says he gained 24 places just before he started dropping down, so I don't know whether he's pitted because of incidents.
Sounds like he's jumped to the pits, yeah.
See the slipstream just coming into effect now for VIR coming down into turn 1.
It's a bit too late, isn't it? Just can't quite get there. I mean, it's going to be very late on the brakes. He tries it though.
He does go for it.
In. And in fairness to Ayres, we saw him coming and left the room. Didn't need to, but didn't want to get hit. Roberts is dropping down the timing screen as well. What's going on with Roberts? Oh, there he is on the inside. Is that damage as well? No, but we'll see what how that all started.
Oh, is he just going to clip the curb here on the inside and then go round?
Yep.
Precisely that. Unfortunate for John, he's had a couple of spins tonight. I know he's not going to be the happiest with that, but to be fair to him, he's still up there. I mean, he's in 13th place, so it's not exactly a bad result. He's doing all right, as we've got Josh Thompson chasing down Furry, Dan Blake for 2nd place. Dan will be happy with being this high up at the order. He races the MX5 in real life, of course. Not this model, specifically. He's in one of the older MX5s, but even still, same car at heart, isn't it? As Josh really commanding his way past there. He just really makes it very assertive, doesn't it, when Josh gets a move done?
That's it. It really compromised Blake's sort of track position there, and that's what's allowed Mias in. He'll get the draft a lot closer to him than that Blake is to Thompson, so we'll get the overspeed. Can he do anything with it? Thought for a minute he was thinking about trying to cut back, but just alongside. And actually, Blake very good on the brakes, and good battle behind them as well.
Yeah,
that is between and Stevens. McIntyre getting that move done, I believe. Kip is still sort of there, so he's not done and dusted yet, that's for sure. And actually, I think he's gonna, doesn't get it there, he'll get it here surely. Oh, that's good from that is brilliant from McIntyre to hold it around the outside there. Gets a little out of shape now, doesn't quite get the run off of that first sector complex and has to sort of concede the position.
Oh, there's a car there going slow on the grass. It's one of the result cars, number 21. Mikey Key, that one is. Regan there really trying to get past Mias. Mias is doing good to be up there in this one. Don't usually see Benjamin that high up in the order. He's maintaining his position quite well. Well, I'll say that, and Regan's gone past him, unfortunately, but he's still in the top 5 there, which he's going to be happy with, as Josh is trying to obviously gain some ground on race leader Broughton Grant.
Yeah, was he 8 tenths? No, 8 tenths. Sorry, it's 8 seconds behind. So can't see. Yeah, can't see that one happening. With just 3 laps to go, but you never know. It just takes a back marker like we had in the last race to come out in front of your race leader, and yeah, that gap could disappear down to 0 very, very quickly.
It certainly could. You can't be, if you're Adam Broughton Grant, you can't be too sure right now. You just got to keep your foot in and get on with it. I mean, like say, 8-second lead is very commanding in a race of this short. But if we look at Shepelevsky, and is that no? That's the very famous Scotsman, Adam McNally there, getting the move done. Either that or it was the other way around, not sure, but at the end of the day, I'm sure Cheppy won't shy down of having a go at him again.
Yeah, I think that was Cheppy having a go, wasn't it? So come back at him. Got his teammate Hefford behind, he charts out. It's a little look. Oh, he takes a lot of speed in there, can't quite get it done. That's going to allow Hefford a great run there. Van Gool not too far behind him as well. So the Momo boys are lining up for it.
They may only be measly little MX5s, but these things look great going through all these corners, all the body roll and how sort of bouncy they are over the curbs. They look fantastic to dart around such short tracks like this. So I'd say it's a really good track choice.
I don't care what car you drive, when you drive it on the absolute edge of control, it's fast, you know? That's the thing, it always feels fast, you know? So, you know, the Kia, when you're trying to go through the sort of snake section flat out, you know, it's a handful. You know, you've got to be extremely talented to get the most out of it.
And I'm far from talented, so I probably won't know.
I was literally about to include myself in that group as well, because I clearly haven't got the best out of it so far this season.
McNally gets a fantastic run out of the last one, though. He really attacked the curb. He's got a really good run on Shepelevsky, but just don't know if he's actually got the speed to get it done. That camera's about 90 miles away from it, but he's actually side by side with him. But Hefford's in there as well. Van Gould's in there. Then you've got Anwar Smith, and then you've also got Alex Cherney, who's going to be closing up. 3 wide in turn 1. Is Hefford going to do the double? Just gets it stopped in the brakes. McNally's out wide, so Hefford's got the run off, and he's done it.
Fantastic. Oh, got great exit, yep.
Really good move by Hefford. Oh, as Anwar comes across Van Gould there, I don't think he knew he was there. Cherney goes down the inside. Van Gould did well to keep it on the track, and Anwar did well to not get speared off the track, I imagine. But again, we see these 3 teams just showing us how it's done. I mean, the Momo boys, you've got the Result Clothing boys as well, who do a fantastic job, but the Youth Energy guys and the 2 RSO drivers, Cherney and Nebelsiak, are just, these guys are always the class of the field, and they're really good at battling with each other, because they've had such a competitive championship between a lot of them that they do just sort of get used to it, and that's what makes these championships so good, I imagine.
Yeah, I think once there's that air of respect amongst the drivers going on out there, and you have the appreciation that you are going to get caught up in something with these reverse grid races, you, they do. You have a lot of fun. Like, I knew that going into the BSR TC, that I was going to get involved in something. It's just the way it is. Yeah. You know, it's never going to be perfect. There's going to be some hard battling. I'm going to get clobbered here, there, and everywhere with the reverse grids. So, fully aware of that, so I've not sort of sat there, you know, crying away because I've been involved in something. We've
got Fairy Dan going down the order, unfortunately, number 36, Dan Blake. Not quite sure what's happened to him there. As we see McIntyre passing Regan. McIntyre up 21 places
in the
now.
Circuit, so I don't really know. Let me.
Might have just gone off at the last corner, I imagine. We're running wide. Just clipping the grass a little bit, maybe.
Well, here we go. About to find out. You're probably going to be bang on the money.
Is he going to just clip this curb too hard?
Alright, he lost it going in, then he sideways, and then of course it just got him all out of control. And actually got recovered pretty well, pretty quickly. So I don't quite know why he lost the places that he did, just because how close the pack is out there. We're on white flag here as well, so Adam Broughton Grant with his whopping, 6.5 seconds now. Fair play to Thompson, he's got it down a little bit, but...
Adam's done. I'd say Adam's probably done well there to keep it at such a gap from someone as quick as Josh. I mean, it was 8 seconds when we had about 5 laps to go. Well, 3 or 4 laps actually, wasn't it? But he's done a sterling job. He's kept his nose clean and he's just run away with it. So it's what I imagine he wanted out of the race. And as he comes out the last corner, he's going to take the win in the final race of the evening. So fair play, Adam Broughton Grant. Brilliant result. Lights to flag victory. I think he may have got the fastest lap of the race. Actually, sorry, that gone to Josh Thompson, actually. 1:34.37. And there you go.
Yeah, phenomenal from Thompson. Good drive through. Obviously, gained himself 9 places, but McIntyre up 21. That was good. Oh, this is... So is that checkers and records?
Yep. That's Anwar Smith.
Did someone get disqualified there as well, I think? I'm not sure.
They might have done, yeah. Let me just have a quick check. Anwar's still off track. He still gained 22 places though, Anwar Smith, even after that accident. But let me just have a look. There was 2 cars there that were pretty much bang on as they crossed the line. It was Mears and Hefford, it seems, were pretty much identical across the line. That's McNally losing it.
Oh, he got a nudge from his teammate. Oh. And then, oh no, so it's the 2. Well, that's not what you want to do.
No, I don't think Adam's going to be happy with us getting that on camera.
There's no disqualification there, but yeah, that's not at all what they wanted to do.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. But again, great racing. It's very close, so it just shows that such a small incident like that can become a larger incident. As you see the boys sort of cruising together on the in-lap there. Nice little shot as they go under the bridge. Broughton Grant still giving it death on his in-lap, but yeah, another good race there. Really enjoyed that one. Bit of attrition, but like we were saying earlier tonight, and like I said a minute ago, you do just get caught up in things in these sort of races. It's so close.
Indeed. Right, I have the final race results up on screen.
Brilliant stuff. So Adam Broughton Grant takes the final win of the evening by 6.2 seconds from Josh Thompson. Jack McIntyre gains 21 places and makes it up to 3rd, just beating Jack Regan across the line, who comes home in 4th. Kip Stevens, always there and thereabouts, finishes in 5th with Ben Mears in 6th, and Steve Hefford as well with Alex Cherney in 8th. They both obviously benefited from the incident with Adam McNally and Anwar Smith. Chepelevsky finishing 9th with Van Gool 10th. Adam McNally, as I just said, in 11th place with Viverke in 12th. So good showing from Roy in that last race there. Good to see him getting decent results on the board. You've got Anwar Smith 13th, unlucky for some, with Luke Clark 14th. Dan Blake, unfortunately, fell off the track near the end and came home in 15th. Jamie Ayres, 16th place, down 3 places in that one as well from the start. So not sure what happened to him there. He's usually one for making his way through the pack. John Roberts down in 17th place. I don't think he's going to be too happy with the results tonight. Scott Malcolm 18th, David Ayres 19th, Adam Hedgecock in 20th, Ralph Cullinan 21st with Max Wright in 22nd, Carl Hardy 23rd with Rob Lundgren in 24th, and Craig Jones in 25th. Sean Gardner coming home in 26th place. And the cars laps down from that. Mikey Key 3 laps down in 27th, Mick Barry 6 laps down in 28th, Rob Graham 29th with Adam Delmont in 30th, and Richard Warmingham in 31st. And then I think it was the guys involved in the incident in the first lap. Brian Holmes and Cedric Nebelsiek with Peter Knowles, Lorne Murray and Gareth Hickling all 11 laps down also. So I imagine they were the ones that got caught up when I think it was... I'm just trying to think who it was. I think it was Mick Barry that was actually backwards and he carried on, wasn't it? Not sure.
I think it was, yes.
Still exciting stuff as always. And I'm sure we've probably got some people waiting for interviews at some point.
We haven't actually. Just Paul Smith who's waiting for me to show him how to use the overlay software. So.
Well, fair enough.
We'll wrap it up.
Yeah, it seems like it's made our jobs easier tonight. So, yeah, really good racing as always from the MX5s. These squirty little cars show that they'll always provide good entertainment, especially on the solemn. What's the? Can't even think of the word. The seldom seen layouts such as this one. As we leave you from VIR tonight. Thanks very much for joining myself, Chaz Draycott, Andrew Woodhouse as well, who left us after race 3, and obviously Alex Simpson as well. So thanks very much, and we'll see you at the next one.
Thanks for that.